welcome back to another video. My name is Millie and this is Joy with Plants. I am just so thrilled and looking forward to today's topic. And today's topic is going to be eating out and having a good perspective on meals that are not necessarily whole foods plant-based. And I really think that this is a very important topic to discuss when it comes to maybe being a new plant-based eater, or if you just recently found out of a plant-based diet and are looking into it. I just think that it is so important. It is something that I think I would have very much wanted to learn about or have had someone tell me when I first started, transitioning my way of eating from being just vegan, I guess, or just plant-based and, switching over to a more whole foods diet. So I really hope that you guys find it helpful. And let's get started. We are all going to have those moments when we are asked to go out to eat, whether it be with our spouse or whether it be with friends. And I just want to share with you guys how I personally handle these situations and how I go ahead and not stress about it, not worry too much about it, not overthink it, and have a good view on, being able to go out and hang out with people and not have my plant-based diet, hinder me from having just friendships and things like that. This is totally going to be helpful if you have, as of now, a mindset that is all or nothing, that I am either 100% whole food plant-based or I'm just gonna, eat all vegan junk food and vegan treats and all that stuff, and are having just trouble with having a balance of those two things. 95% of my diet consists of whole plant foods. And I do leave room though with that 5% to go ahead and enjoy those vegan treats every now and then. And by that, I mean maybe like once or twice a month for me personally, of eating out with my husband or going out and enjoying a treat with my mother-in-law. I eat good, delicious, plant-based foods most of the time, but I do not want to overstress on if I eat a vegan cookie. I have seen a bit in the whole food plant-based community where for the most part it is very positive, it is very encouraging, but I have seen those few that there's just some critiquing going on whether or not you're 100% whole foods, 100% on point when it comes to your diet. And I just don't think that's cool, my dude. I think it's not fair to pass judgment on another when it comes to, these vegan foods, these vegan options that we have. And I just think that, hey, we should all just kind of, worry about ourselves and focus on our own lifestyle decisions, on our own, progress, and see that as good and as something to be proud of. Each one of us is on our own journey. Each one of us is on a learning curve. Each one of us is learning how to fuel our bodies the way that they need to be fueled. And I just think that we just need to show grace to one another, no matter where you're at. We just need to uplift each other and, be proud of one another, because not many people are living a healthy plant-based life, whether that be 100% whole foods or 50% whole foods. Like, we are still on this journey, together, and yet individually we are, getting better day by day. So I just think we need to be proud of one another, and like I said, encourage one another. I think this is the best diet, the best lifestyle, and so I just want to get excited when other people make the decision to go plant-based, to try this lifestyle out, and we should all be doing that. Every plant-based meal is progress, and even an occasional vegan meal fits into that. Now, I will clarify that what I am referring to in this video is vegan food, not just the standard American diet kind of food, not meat, not dairy. So just strictly vegan food, what I'm referring to here. Just FYI, wanted to point that out there in case anybody was a little bit confused if I'm making exceptions for, meat and dairy. That's totally up to you if you decide to have that. If you are, slowly transitioning in, like, that's great for you. That's awesome. So just wanted to point that out there. All right, so I think one of the first things that I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you guys about is not setting yourself someone else's rules, not setting other people's expectations as your standard of eating, your standard of living. I don't think that's good. I think that, again, as I said, we're all on our own journey to health. I refuse to set rules and standards that other people set for this specific lifestyle. Of course, there are certain foods where there is strong evidence for that they are very harmful to your body. So what I'm talking about here is setting rules against, things that don't really matter, things that are still delicious, still nourishing, still not affecting your health. And what I mean here is, for example, the division between whether you should be eating brown rice and put away the white rice, or salt or no salt in your diet, or coffee or no coffee, or oil in your meals when you eat out, things like that. That's what I'm referring to. It's perfectly acceptable to encourage someone, or to kind of let someone know the information if it is a valid point, but ultimately you can't set these expectations or rules upon another. Like, it's their life, it's their choice, and if it's not affecting, for example, their health, then hey, they could eat them. It's okay. A perfect example, I mentioned it already, but coffee. Like, yes, I don't need coffee, but I love coffee. I enjoy it. I enjoy a latte. I enjoy my coffee in the morning. And I'm not going to stop drinking it just because someone says that, oh, you can't have creamer in your coffee, or you can't have coffee because of this, study here or whatever. Like, I enjoy it. Yes, I'm making that decision for myself. I'm an adult. And that's kind of just the way I see it. Never come to someone with an imposing attitude of something that you think that they should do. More than likely, they have already thought about it. And so, it's their decision ultimately. All right, now that that is out of the way, we are moving on to actually the topic, which is eating out on a plant-based diet. So there's no need to overthink the question. I think it's personally acceptable. It's okay. Your life is not going to end just because you're eating a vegan meal that contains a bit of oil every now and then. If you are obsessing over whether eating a vegan meal when you're out and about with your husband, it will just lead to an unhealthy relationship with food. I've been there, and this is why I think it's just so important to have an accurate and balanced perspective. When you come at this lifestyle with just strict rules on what you can do, what you can't do, then it's just gonna be so difficult to kind of stick to this way of living, because you're setting yourself up and putting yourself up in a box when this lifestyle actually is supposed to kind of, in a sense, free you of having to worry so much about your food. This lifestyle isn't supposed to be a barrier that keeps you from doing your life. If you go out to eat and saying, I can't go out to eat with my friends because they're not going to have any oil-free, 100% plant-based, whole food plant-based food for you, then it's just not cool. It's just not fun. Perfect example of that today. Today, I ended up going with one of my friends to downtown LA, and we went to this cute coffee shop, and I had something that is not necessarily Whole Foods plant-based, but it was vegan. And you know what? I enjoyed that because I was able to spend time with my friend and not have to worry about necessarily what's in my food. It's good to go. It's, you know, it's plant-based, so I'm good. Like I don't have to worry about like it's about being with that person. It's about enjoying their company. Food is a blessing to be enjoyed. And so I personally wouldn't stress about a vegan meal that you have every now and then. I've had situations where family members or friends will actually say, "Oh, you can't eat this." Um, I have just found that that just kind of, it kind of bugs me because I'm not a child. I'm able to make that decision for myself if not that I can eat it, but I choose not to eat it. I choose to make that decision for myself that I choose not to eat it because I'm regaining my health. And it doesn't even need an explanation. It's like, I choose not to eat it. You're making that willful decision that you're not eating something, and that's that. And I think it just kind of shifts the perspective even for the other person, for them to kind of see that you are empowered by this way of eating, that it's sustainable, that it's something that is not, it doesn't bug you that you can't eat that cheesecake or the I don't know, the chicken sandwich or whatever. And it shows that you're not depriving yourself, and this isn't hard for you, but this is just your lifestyle, and you're not missing out on any part of life just because you can't eat certain things. If you're ever invited to eat out, or if you plan on going out with your friends or family members, or people that you care about, then just enjoy the moment, the occasion, the celebration. Just go ahead and don't stress about it. Like really, you do not have to stress about it. An off meal every now and then, again, for me, that is once or twice a month. That is perfectly okay. Of course, you want to be prepared. You don't want to show up and literally have nothing to eat from the menu because they have no even vegan options. It's so easy. Just call up the restaurant to ask them, or go ahead and just check their menu online. Many places have that option. Check their menu online, look up a couple of things that you could have, and just be prepared. And when you're there, you order, you eat, and you're just there mainly for the company, for that friendship, for that conversation. Again, this lifestyle for me changed a lot. I used to overthink everything when it came to food. It was always about the food, the trying the new place and the new dishes or whatever. But now, even going out, yes, the food is good. When I order, something vegan at a restaurant, yes, it's good. But mainly it's the company. It's the company that makes it. It's the friends that make it. It's the being with the family that makes it. So I just encourage you, the more that you just eat this way, it kind of just changes your mentality on that. And so, you're able to enjoy those off, I guess, planned meals. And I just think that's very, very helpful. So like I said, after you pick your order, even though it's not 100% whole food plant-based, oil-free, then just be thankful. Eat with thankfulness, and just enjoy your time with others. That's ultimately what it's all about. When you eat out, as a plant-based eater, it's still about the company. And sadly, many people nowadays, when they go out with people, it's literally about the food that they're eating. Yes, they go to enjoy the food with their friends, but it's more about the food, trying the food. But I have learned to see it as going out, and literally going out to eat to enjoy time with friends. At the end of the day, it's what makes you feel good. I've discovered that when I eat certain foods, like processed foods, then I'm more likely to just kind of feel sluggish, feel tired, and my stomach isn't happy with me the next day. So usually, even when I'm out at a restaurant, I opt for the healthier choice. I opt for a more whole foods choice, and that is because I'm just used to it. I know what makes me feel good. I know what I'm consuming, And I know, hey, I know that when I eat sometimes a vegan burger, that I'm gonna feel it the next day. And so sometimes I'm willing to make that decision, but again, it's my decision. It's my choice on what I'm going to eat. It's not something that, um, an expectation that someone is setting on me. I will add, just as we're coming to an end here, that if your goal is weight loss, if you are wanting to, kind of change your diet to a whole foods plant-based diet for the sake of weight loss, that of course there are certain things that could help speed that up, and that is, yes, sticking to more whole food plant-based foods. Um, but even when it comes to eating out, that decision is ultimately up to you. Like for me personally, if I was trying to lose weight and I wanted to speed it up, but it just so happened that my husband's birthday is on that during that time frame, I am willing to sacrifice a day, a meal to enjoy with my husband and celebrate his birthday, and then just go right back in to eating a whole foods plant-based diet. Like, I don't think that it needs to be this like all or nothing mindset, because things come up, birthdays, friends want to meet up, things like that. So I just encourage you to have a good mindset. You can make that decision of whether to stop eating, like eating out, or treats every now and then if you want to reach your goals. But again, that is your decision. Don't let someone impose that decision on you. Don't let someone's expectations of you being 100% on plan every single day, don't let that be upon you. Let that be your decision and not someone else's, even when it comes to weight loss. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that you found it helpful. Please go ahead, and if you have any questions, if I didn't explain something correctly, or if you took something out of context, or just questions, then go ahead and leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to reply back. I just want people who are looking into a whole food plant-based diet to see it and just enjoy it, to really give it a try and not see it as something that is just hard or difficult or impossible to achieve, because it's not. It really isn't. It's nourishing, it's sustainable, it's just awesome and it's wonderful. And I'm able now to go out with my husband, to go out with friends and family, and be able to enjoy a burrito from the Mexican restaurant. Yes, with a bit of oil, with a little more avocado, or, but it's okay. Like, at the end of the day, it's okay. You can go ahead and enjoy those things because that's a part of life. I'm not going to pause my life to be 100% perfect. Like, that's just not something that I want to live up to. I want to enjoy my life with other people, eat out when, we're celebrating a birthday, when we're celebrating a special event, when I'm celebrating my anniversary. I don't want to be the party pooper. I want to be that friend that if they say, hey, you want to go here? I'm ready to say, yeah, like, let's go. I'll find something on the menu. Yeah, it's not 100% compliant to a whole foods plant-based diet, but hey, it's vegan and that's what matters to me. So I hope that you maybe share the same perspective. Maybe you found this helpful and this gave you a new mindset. And so just let me know in the comments down below. I will see you guys next time.